This is December the 19th, 2021. We are here. I'm here in Carbondale, Illinois, in what they call the Field Apartments. In this building here, a couple of days ago, the newly elected Spanish Carbondale, Jackson County, Illinois, prosecuting attorney, him and some more who he called community leaders was in this building. The field apartments, I believe, is predominantly black. They come down in the black community as if they trying to help for the shootings and the killings, but the shootings and the killings is up in Carbondale, Illinois. But they had a meeting here. They said it was a community meeting and community leaders. But if you look at the thing, look on What's the F Carbondale, who won't post a thing concerning my son's death. But you look on that What's the F Carbondale, or Google up the news thing that they had with the prosecuting attorney and some of the other so-called leaders meeting here, saying that they're getting some more programs to try to stop the violence. And that what the program is, coming up with something about teaching the children how to play violins and pianos. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but he said he need board members. When they talk about need board members, that's more grant money. Let me tell you the 3 places that he talking about setting these places up in the black community. He ain't gonna set it up in his community. This place right here, the Field Apartments here in Carbondale, the Irma Hayes Center in Carbondale, and the Denson Center in Carbondale, where violence is high. But they ain't trying to talk about the racism on the police department. They ain't talking about this here. Let me show you something. They ain't talking about this here. Anybody know about my son, Brian Lamont Johns, who was found hung in Carbondale, Illinois, where it's predominantly white at? This is a flyer that I had made up. I know $500 ain't much money, but you know I don't have money like the prosecuting attorney, the chief of police, these NAACP presidents, and they criminal division chairman. They got all this grant money coming in, but it ain't stopping no violence. They didn't even have this in the newspaper. My son died. My son was found hung, shirtless. A white school teacher was found with his food stamp card 39 days after he was found hung. He was supposedly found hung March the 19th, 2019 in the Gaslight Apartments with no shirt on, and a white female found his shirt allegedly, and it was in her house, and they didn't try to get no type of DNA. But right down the street, a white female and her husband had his card. The white female school teacher was found spending his food stamps on April the 29th, 2021, and they ain't did nothing. Don't y'all think that Spanish prosecuting attorney is for the black community? Don't y'all think that the NAACP presidents nor their members that's in high ranking is for y'all? Don't y'all think that some of these women programs, you ain't gonna see but one of the women that got programs here in Carbondale, Illinois, would post this here on their Facebook page. The rest of them ain't gonna do it because they tied in with the city. But I ain't done here in Carbondale. I appreciate all of y'all that's taking these flyers, and those of y'all that know my son ain't committed suicide. But I ain't through, y'all. I'm gonna still be in Carbondale passing out some more. Good blessed Sunday, y'all. This is December the 19th, 2021. I'm coming today again down here in Carbondale, Illinois. Hope y'all can hear me with that train blowing. But I'm in here in Chicago, Carbondale, Illinois, again, trying to get people to help me find out what happened to my son. I know he didn't commit suicide. And if you can see, I'm down here with these flyers. I'm down here with these flyers, Justice for Brian Lamont Johns. No, $500 ain't much reward, but everybody I talked to, they said it ain't the reward thing. I done talked to blacks, Spanish, whites, and don't none of them, when they watch my YouTube, they see nothing shows suicide with what happened. And they wondering why the NAACP president and all these other people, these leaders, City Hall and all of them, the police department and the prosecuting attorney's office, why haven't they charged this? I don't even care if it's not connected with my son's death, but why haven't they charged this white school teacher and her black Muslim husband with spending my son's food stamp card, not only when he was alive, but 39 days after he was dead? You see, whether it was a part of his murder or not, which we know he was murdered, why they didn't go into the white female's house or apartment that claims she found my son T-shirts in front of her house and took them in her house? Who taking people's clothes inside of their house? Then go down on the second floor and find his mask. How she know it's his mask and his clothes? Then go outside and around the corner of the apartment, find an axe on the side of the building. Something ain't right, y'all, but I want y'all to take a good look, y'all. Y'all don't think that these prosecuting attorney, these NAACP and some of these other black leaders in Carbondale, Illinois, because they having this midnight basketball at the Denton Center and having this meeting with the prosecuting attorney at the Field Apartments in Carbondale. Don't think because they getting your kids violins that it's stopping this violence. 2 days ago, a woman was stabbed on the same street that the 18-year-old was found shot to death on Cherry Street in the 500 block of Cherry Street in Carbondale at a house party. She was a SIU student. Same place that a couple of guys got shot on that same street. They've been shooting all this week and last week. Them violins ain't helping it. Why ain't the prosecuting attorney and the NAACP and the rest of these so-called black leaders in Carbondale, Illinois, why ain't they not trying to ask the police why they ain't solving nothing? Why would the prosecuting attorney continue to prosecute military personnel with post-traumatic syndrome disorder? Why would he want to prosecute them, but he wouldn't prosecute this white female for spending my son food stamp? That should have been handed over to the Department of Justice for the cash and the food stamp that this white woman and her husband been preying on homeless people. Don't be fooled by this woman that's running the Warming Center. She don't care. She don't care about no homeless people. She don't care about my son. Now, the Samaritan home, I believe the people there at the homeless, the homeless shelter, I believe they care about my son. But y'all keep watching this YouTube. I done talked with Spanish, black and white. They've been watching it, and they don't see my son committing suicide. But they wondering why ain't the NAACP, I'm right in front of their building. I'm going to show you something in a minute. This is December the 19th, 2021, in front of the Rock Hill Missionary Baptist Church, the headquarters of the NAACP. I think they rent the basement out. The president, she goes to this church. Some of the other politicians, they're one of the two black city council people, a woman who is a NAACP member and go to this church. They ain't trying. I filed a complaint against the Carbondale Police Department on May the 11th, 2021, and they haven't responded yet. The police closed the case without even letting me know. They closed the case sometime in February. The prosecuting attorney closed, not February, but September, the first part of September. The prosecuting attorney closed the case sometime in the late part of September of 2021. My son been dead about at least 273 or 74 days, and ain't none of these people speaking up. But it's community people in this area, in other places, they don't see my son committing suicide. They wondering how is my son wallet in one place, t-shirts in another, his food stamp card in another, and all white people just about had a part with having his property, with the exception of the white woman's husband, who is connected to the Center for Empowerment and Justice, the president of that particular place. He know about the individual and his wife. The lady that's the president of the NAACP here to go to this church here in Carbondale that I'm showing you right now. She's a board member for the Carbondale, Illinois school board. That's why she probably ain't trying to do nothing about the white school teacher. But I ain't letting it go. I got it all around, y'all. Justice for Brian, Lamont Johns. And you can contact me on my YouTube, Raymond, R-A-Y-M-O-N-D, I-V-I-V-Y. Y'all help me get some justice in this town. Y'all help me contact the necessary people that need to be contacted. If anybody know the information for the state president of the state of Illinois for the NAACP, help me send emails to them and let them know that this chapter here is not doing anything. The newspaper wouldn't print my son's a death investigation. The police wouldn't ask people in the community. They don't want to try to solve it, but I'm gonna have it solved. Back here in Carbondale again, on Carbondale, Illinois, on Smith and Burton Street. Burton is a dead-end street. This is, you come off of Smith here, and it's a one-way. All the way to the far left is the last time that my son was seen on any type of video alive, and it was on the lady's all the way to the end to the left on her doorbell camera, which it showed him 24 minutes after midnight on Friday, March the 19th, 2021, for about 24 seconds, knocking on her door, saying, "Ma'am, it's urgent." And about 20-some seconds later, he got out of the view of her doorbell camera, and he walked away, and you can hear him briefly say something, and you can hear another voice. But I just got information today, my son associated with this lady. Now that's the house all the way to the end, but he's associated with a lady that used to live in this house right here on the corner of Burton and Smith Street. And she was a lady that stayed in and out of trouble, in jail. And matter of fact, a little bit after my son was found hung or lynched, the police arrested this lady, and when she got back out, they wouldn't let her move back over here. Something is going on, because right down the street here on Smith is another place. If you can see them white apartments past that stop sign, that's where my son used to get high for meth with a bunch of people over there. And I know it's something that's strange that the police is intimidating certain people, but it's something about this particular female here. Now she's locked up and she done moved, but the lady down here that had him on the doorbell camera, she still stay there. But another thing is, on that same day, Friday the 19th of March, Sergeant Guy Draper, who I think has something to do with hiding or covering up my son's death, if he don't have something to do with it, he claimed he seen my son at 7:14 a.m. in the morning, 7 hours after my son was seen on this doorbell. Said he seen him on the street of Wall in Main Street on his way to work to the police station. And he said my son was straddling over a bike. Investigators, 3 or 4 investigators, went down to Main and Wall and retrieved the the cameras off of the poles, and the only one they seen was Sergeant Draper. They didn't see my son. Ain't that a coincidence? Somebody murdered my son, and I'm going to find out who. And if it take me until the day I die.